What's going on, y'all? It's Thanksgiving. I will be uploading this the day after, so I mean, happy Thanksgiving on Friday. But yeah, I feel a little bit better today than I did after my workout. I don't know. I've got a bit of a sore throat starting, which not too excited about. I think it might just be one of those things where you wake up and kind of feel like your throat is a little sore because it's dry. But I'm not 100% on that yet. I was told to go to the hospital if I start to feel a little bad, which hopefully I don't. I don't think I will. Shouldn't be too bad or anything. But obviously I want to stay outpatient for my treatment. I do not want to go into the hospital even a little bit. Not a fan of the hospital. And if you've been for 30 plus days, you know what's up. It's not the best. I want to be able to keep going to work, keep going to school. I'm not full time. I'm in one class and it's an online class that means nothing. But I like my job. I like my fun little job. I take plasma out of blood and I move it to transfer tubes. And that's it. It's really simple. I like my coworkers and everything. But yeah, it's really nice to have that sense of normalcy back. I only got back to Austin about 3 weeks ago. Because my family lives in Denton, so I was up here for recovering from my treatment and everything. But yeah, I'm gonna go eat Thanksgiving meal with my sister's boyfriend's family. We're gonna go fishing again today, which is nice. It is so cold. It is freezing cold, and I only have this sweater. I didn't think it would be that cold, and to be honest, I barely have any warm or any cold weather clothes. I pretty much only have this sweater and like a hoodie. So yeah, when it gets cold, I kind of just stay inside. But we'll see what happens today. I'm sure one of them will have a spare jacket for me, which will be nice to have that. But yeah, I'm planning on working out pretty late at night. Just gonna get a few pull-ups in, some bicep curls, and maybe a lat pull down. Yeah, maybe I'll bring that back. Maybe some lateral raises too. Who knows really? It could be anyone's game. Maybe even bench press. I don't know about that one yet, but we'll see. That might be a little too much with the pull-ups and lat pull-downs, just because it's such a systemically fatiguing exercise with already, a pretty fatigued baseline, unfortunately. But yeah, I should end up being relatively okay. I'm not gonna puke or anything or faint, hopefully. I've never worked out with cancer. I've only worked out in remission. But granted, I wasn't nearly that weak. I just started with, 10-pound dumbbells and worked my way up to more and more over time. And before the leukemia was a surprise. I was not eased into it like I was this time. This time it was last Friday. They looked at my blood. They're like, okay, counts are dropping. What's up with this? This could be a bad thing. I want to see you again on Monday. We're going to check your blood counts again. And then on Monday, he's like, okay, your counts are dropping, which isn't good. And it could be leukemia, but maybe not. We still haven't ruled everything out yet. And by Thursday, I was talking to my stem cell doctor, and he's like only talking about treatment options. And I mean, by this point, I'd pretty much already accepted that I had cancer just because it was so long. Like on Friday, speaking that leukemia was a possibility, I actually found a calculator that's meant for doctors only, to do my stem cell transplant, like calculate the risks and everything. And it said something like there was like a 50% 3-year survival rate for that one, and I'm pretty sure around a 70% relapse rate. So, I mean, like 2/3 of the people get a relapse at some point, and most of them are in the first year. So I was like, Well, if it's going to be any time, it's probably now, right? And yeah, slowly eased into that. And then on Friday, oh no, 2 Fridays ago when it started. And then on this Friday, my doctor was like, okay, the aspirate is clear, no cancer in the aspirate, but I have no other explanation for your counts other than leukemia. So, by then he told me, and then by Tuesday of this week, it was, fully confirmed, and we went over treatment options, and settled on the V squared regimen. I really wish I knew the name of the second drug. I tried to Google it yesterday, couldn't figure it out, but venetoclax will for sure not make my hair fall out, which is nice. Keeping it in this beanie, it's cool. It keeps my head warm and my ears warmer, which is great, by the way. But I like my beard. I like having a little face stubble, and I happen to forget my my beard trimmer. So I'm gonna end up with a pretty crazy beard by Sunday when I go back to Austin. But yeah, I'll cut back when I'm lifting. I wanted to give an extra long intro because I'm not gonna record at the family Thanksgiving. It's a little bit of a crazy vibe for me, especially when I don't really know them that well. But yeah, I'll see y'all then. What's going on, guys? I just got back from Thanksgiving for my sister's boyfriend's family. It was really nice. I'd never had Thanksgiving with them before, but a lot of food. It was all pretty good. I ate a lot of turkey, which, it's probably the best thing for me to eat at the moment. That's some green beans stuff and mashed potatoes, Nothing super crazy, but just mostly a ton of turkey. And my God, I am tired. I tried to take a nap. Only worked for about 25 minutes, but I got this coffee on the drive home, which was 45 minutes. Lady gave it to me for free, which is really nice. But I wanted to give a little stack update. This isn't a point where I'm taking a ton of meds or a very few amount of meds. I'm taking a pretty middling amount of meds, actually. This is a little more than the minimal, I'd say. To start with, I have finasteride, because I'm balding. My hair's coming back now. I mean, it's not it doesn't look crazy or anything. It looks a little thicker than it is now usually, but that's just chemo. Another thing, I'm taking valcyclovir, which is an antiviral for my stem cell transplant, just because I'm kind of permanently immunocompromised. Taking some minocycline because I just get acne, and that's kind of it. That's the only reason. Escitalopram, Lexapro for anxiety, very helpful stuff. Then I am taking Levaquin or levloxacin. I don't know. I mean, they all have their own interesting mix of names that if you learn one, you don't know the others. But mostly because I was neutropenic last week, and they started me on that because I was getting low-grade fevers. Not anymore. They stopped pretty much as soon as I took this, which was a big relief, because if they did not, I would have had to go to the hospital to get my chemo, which, nobody wants. And then finally actually there's another one for sleep, but one for sleep is trazodone, and then if that doesn't work, I take Benadryl. I've always taken Benadryl to go to sleep. It is awesome. I love it. It's a very side effect free sleeping med, which is surprising because it's a generation 1 H1 blocker, which means that it kind of just blocks all the histamine in your body. It just says no more histamine, and histamine does a ton of stuff and not very precise at all. A little bit like trazodone and not being super precise, but a lot less so precise than trazodone. And finally, what I take before my workouts sometimes is Zoloft or ondansetron. If you know, I don't know how to pronounce that. I've only heard Zofran. But yeah, I usually take these before my workout because I get pretty nauseous, and if I skip them, then I get pretty bad nausea. There have been a couple workouts where I didn't, and they were super long workouts, super intense, and I didn't get any nausea. But you know, especially when I'm having like a coffee or something beforehand, and I know I'm gonna get nauseous from that, I just go ahead and preemptively take it. Yeah, it's been very helpful. When my nausea was at its worst, I'd wake up like feeling like I'm gonna puke, which sounds terrible. I'd be like holding it back, like you know, my mouth would be like salivating and everything, like you're gonna puke, like your body like screaming at you basically. And I just take one of these, and it would go away like pretty much instantly. At the very least, within 20 minutes for sure. And then I could eat my disgusting hospital food egg omelet, and my fruit, so I could stay healthy. And oh my gosh, I'll tell you, the last thing you want to eat when you're nauseous are eggs. Eggs are terrible. And especially because there were cheddar cheese omelets. Whew, cheddar is too strong. Cheddar is too strong if you're nauseous, like absolutely way too strong. And so cheddar plus hospital eggs, huge mistake. If you feel like you're gonna puke, don't eat those unless you have a Zofran, because you might. I didn't, luckily. I never did end up puking in the hospital. Actually, I don't think I puked at all from having cancer. But it's definitely something you gotta look out for, and something they warned me about all the time, and something that I'm sure I narrowly avoided, because I did have to get, you know, IV Zofran. Well, actually through my PICC line. Got another scar here. But, I mean, obviously you want to avoid having a huge dose of any kind of drug in you, so it's better to just take the oral one if you can. They would give me the dissolving tablets, but dissolving tablets when you have nausea for an anti-nausea med, it feels like Satan invented that one. Like, come on, we could have all predicted that a dissolving tablet is going to be horrible for somebody with nausea. Even when it was at its worst, I'd still swallow it. If it was particularly bad, though, it'd be like under the tongue and just like really clench my teeth and hope nothing happens. Never did, but I'm sure if somebody was like closer to that, they very well might from the dissolving tab. But yeah, I'm gonna go work out, and hopefully nobody's in the gym, so I can talk a little in there. But if not, it'll be sped up to 4 times, and I'll talk a little over the commentary. But yeah, see you then. All right, well, I forgot to keep my sister's gym key, so I'm gonna do an exercise that I have neglected quite a lot. And if you only lift, it's gonna sound kind of ridiculous, right? Because you don't ever train balance. I don't know exactly how my balance was before chemo, but I'll tell you after, it is terrible. You could, shove me a little bit and I fall. So what I like to do is I do, 2 sets of 1 leg stands with my eyes open and 2 sets of them with them closed. It's super simple. I start the timer now, so I've got my left leg up right here. And make sure to take your headphones out, because it's mostly based off of your inner ear and your eyesight. So, if you've got one inner ear plugged up, then your balance isn't going to be trained as, effectively. But maybe if you're trying to add a little bit of a challenge, that might be helpful. I learned about this when I was consulted for physical therapy, right before my stem cell transplant, because a lot of people do physical therapy afterwards. Thankfully, I didn't. But that first minute where I was put on 1 leg stands was humbling. I'm about 15 seconds away now, and you can see I'm becoming a little bit more unstable. And it was like that the entire time, and I needed my arms up like this. And yeah, okay, there's 1 minute right there. So I'm going to switch to the other leg, just the left leg, and you'll be shocked how sore the inner muscle on your calf, I forgot what that one's called, but it will get very sore very quickly. It's almost like doing wall sits, which is a little wild, but ideally your goal should be to stand as close to neutral as you can, and don't let your legs touch, because that adds a bit of stability for your brain that you shouldn't have. Because you want to challenge yourself. Can't get better at doing an exercise without challenging yourself. And you can hear, this is because my cardio is so bad. All right, this shouldn't happen to you, but I'm getting a little bit out of breath. Which is, it's embarrassing. You need a little bit of balance. And I'm cheating with my hand gestures. I shouldn't be doing that. This should be like this. But you're gonna see the next one I'm gonna do with my eyes closed. And oh my gosh, it is so hard. The first time I did this, I don't think I made 15 seconds. Definitely not. I don't think I can make 30 seconds now. I hope I will. But this will be humbling, regardless to have this on video. I'm looking forward to it. Okay. Don't roast me until you try this yourself, or I'll come find you, and I'll make sure that you can do these with your eyes closed. Yeah. Okay. Oh, I didn't say plus we're getting good. Okay. This is so bad. This is so hard. Oh Lord, I need to do this more. Okay. Oh God. Oh no. Do this against the wall the first time. You might fall. Okay. Well, I knocked over. Okay, I failed. This is a fail. That's a fail. I had 12 seconds left. I did not get anything over, but that's close. Yeah, it's hard. It's hard to do this. Okay. It's even worse. I have to take a breath. Oh my gosh. I'll can see my dog right here. Oh no, you can't. But she's standing. She's confused as to why that line just fell over. But she's a cute little girl. Aren't you, milkshake? Yeah. I don't usually wear shorts to work out, but I forgot my sweatpants. And when I'm at work, I wear these to work out. So actually, I guess I do usually wear these to work out. But not like when I was at home using my gym down here, I would use sweatpants and not my shorts. Yeah. Okay. Gonna do one leg with my eyes closed on the other. All right. Okay. Oh no! Oh no! Stop cussing! I don't understand how people do this. Okay, that's a fail. 7 seconds. Better on the left leg. Yeah, there are more. It's so embarrassing being out of breath from this. There is another one. I'm gonna try to get my legs in, though I don't know how well I'm gonna be able to. So what you would do is you have one leg in front of the other, and you want to rest your heel right in the crook of the other foot. So you see this, like your leg should look like this. I'm sorry. There she is. She's judging me. Why are you okay? Okay. I'm starting now. Just trust my feet look good. No, okay. One minute eyes open, 1 minute eyes closed. And she's here for more support. Okay, this one's way easier than I remember, to be honest. With my eyes closed, though, I'm definitely gonna fall. Okay, 30 seconds. Not the worst. Not close to falling. I can even relax a little. But yeah, you don't want to be fit otherwise and be unable to balance. It's just humiliating. That's why they do those the running around the cones. I've done this hundreds of times and I forgot what they're called. I haven't done them as an adult though, because what am I training for? I just do this. And eventually when I get too good at this, I will move on to the stupid, you know what I'm talking about. Okay, 1 minute on my eyes closed. Okay. It's still hard, but it's not as hard as I remember. This is semi-tandem, so the ball, is it the ball? Wherever your bunions are, that is in the crook of my other foot. And yeah, okay, this is fine. Okay, yeah, okay, I got this. What the instructors will do sometimes is give you like a light little shove and pick you off balance. But it's just me, so maybe my dog a little bit. Oh shit. See, I cuss again, I can't. I'm so bad at that. I'm the worst. I cuss 6 seconds. I realize my eyes aren't in frame, so it might look like I'm cheating. So I'm gonna include in the next one. I just had to open my eyes for a second to check. So next I'm gonna do a full tandem, which means your one foot is behind the other, which is again harder than it sounds. I promise. If you've never done this, you'll get it. Okay. See, what would be real funny is if I was doing this and I was just standing normally, and you'll never know. But yeah, full tandem. 4 seconds, yeah, not too bad. But I know when I close my eyes, it's gonna be a little rough. But this is easier than the one leg stance, I think. But still humbling, to say the least. Sorry, I'm trying to focus. Yeah, but there are a bunch of like random muscles that you go through chemo with, and you completely forget how often you use your jaw muscles, because those get real sore forever. They're gonna be sore for months. For me, they'd still cramp up until I think 5 months after my stem cell transplant. And granted, I made it way better than most people do. That one ended. I think I stopped at like 0 milliseconds. So, okay, next one with my eyes closed. Okay. Oh, okay. I think it's helpful to have a constant sound, because it will give you more of a reference.
Okay.
So I'm alone here in the gym, incredibly echoey. But my thought process has changed a little bit in regards to how I'm going to structure my workout for, minimizing fatigue. And what I'm going to do is start with bicep curls because they're in isolation, and then I'm going to move to pull-ups and then bicep curls. Or no, sorry, pull-ups and then bench press. I don't really have a particularly good reason why I ordered the bench press and the pull-ups, but I think with the isolation movement first, having like a minimal fatiguing exercise would be pretty helpful, just to increase the amount of resistance to fatigue. I have no idea what that sounded like. I hope it sounded good. But yeah, so I'm going to start with these 30-pound dumbbells. No warm up because I'm looking for powerlifting hypertrophy. I'm just looking to get some motion in there. Right? Usually I do 25. I'm hoping I'm stronger than I was my last workout, though I don't have that much hope in it. I'm planning on doing 10. All right, just one, and then slowly go down. I'm not giving advice, this is just how I work out. 2, because I'm not in a position to give advice. 3, 4, I actually feel pretty good. 5, 6, 7. I'm getting a little more tired. There's 8, 9, and there's 10 right there. Okay, so I probably could have done a little bit more, but that's not what I'm stressing about. My main concern in regard to going too hard is that I will end up with too many muscle cells dividing. And because chemo kills dividing cells, it will increase the amount of cells that get killed during that muscle growth. So I'm not trying to get muscle growth, right? Or at least not too much. Because I am 4 days out. Yeah. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. That's 4 days if you include today. But yeah, okay. Wasn't too bad a set, for sure. If the audio is too bad, I'm just gonna freak out and lose my mind. I've discovered that I cuss way too much. I didn't even know it was possible for me to cuss that much without knowing, but apparently it is. And if I'm not mindful, I will cuss in the wrong company, unfortunately. I'm really not meaning to. I guess it's kind of a byproduct of living with only college students for so long. And even at my job, it's night shift workers who are notoriously unprofessional. So I guess I fit into that category, which is the whole thing. So, first one. A little harder. 2. 3. 4. 5. Okay, I'm not making it like that. 6. 7. 8. Okay, I'm gonna give up on this one. Okay. So 10 and then 8. That's fine. I would usually, when I did 25, I'd do 12 and then 10 and then 9, something like that. And then slowly go down over the next 2 or 3. But I did 5 sets before. I'm only gonna do 3 sets of bicep curls, 3 sets of bench press, and 12 pull-ups. And the usual workout I do 25, but again, because of the fatigue thing, I don't think I really have much of a choice. I don't know if I mentioned this earlier, but I'm wearing these work scrubs because I forgot to get sweatpants. At least wash them in between my last workout, so these aren't dirty or anything. But they look a little goofy. I know that. I'm kind of fine with that. When you got cancer, you got kind of better things to worry about than how you look. At least you try to. Nobody's perfect. gonna try to get 8, but I don't think I will. I think I'll probably get 7. 2. 3. Okay, that's so hard. 4. Oh my god. 5. Okay. All right. 10, 8, and 5 isn't great, but like I said, I don't want to destroy my arms, and I can feel they might be sore tomorrow already, which is a little embarrassing. Usually I do 5 sets again, but you know, keeping it to 3. But yeah. All right, so on the pull-ups, I'm just gonna do 12. Probably in sets of 4 each, but we'll see. Sometimes I'll be able to crank a lot more out in the first set than I am in the later ones, but it all really depends seemingly day to day. This gym actually has a couple of different areas I can do pull-ups, which is nice, but I like it as far as 1, 2, 3, 4. I can do more about my answer. 5. Oh my god. Sometimes when you try these new machines, like, at least I do, I get the worst callous feelings ever. My fingers are doing that thing where the top is white and the middle is red. I don't know how well that will show up on my iPhone camera, but painful nonetheless. So yeah, first set is 5. I definitely like lat pull, I like pull-ups more than lat pull-downs, though I think I might be better at actually isolating the lats during a lat pull-down, which seems kind of obvious, but you know, some people do this primarily for their lats. At least so I've been told. Not a scientist. Maybe I should be. Not an exercise one, though, for sure. All right, you know what? As goofy as it is, I think I'm gonna use my shirt to make the grip a little easier. Definitely not to show off, because my back looks terrible with the acne scars, but it genuinely will just feel better. One, 2, that's it. 3, 4, 5. At least that's kind of 5. If anyone's curious, I actually had an experience with acne fulminans, and I wasn't taking testosterone or anything. It was just Accutane, and it went badly. I've spent thousands of dollars, at least 10,000, just trying to get rid of the scars on my back. But or no, 10,000 in total on my scars. But I think like 6 or 7,000 on my back for sure. So it looked a lot worse before. I don't know how well the camera will pick it up actually, but
yeah, if you Google those pictures, do it at your own risk because they look pretty gnarly. And I think it looked worse than some of the worst ones on there. And one of my dermatologists has a picture for sure, but I don't, so I can't show it. And even if I did, I don't think YouTube would be happy with that because it is so gnarly. But yeah, I know I can do more than 2, but I planned on 12, so I am sticking to 12. So yeah, my shirt again, and that felt way better on my hands. Okay, 1. Oh, it's too fast. And there's 2. So I've got my Smith machine bench press all set up. I almost never do them in the Smith machine. I just don't like it as much. I don't know. I think I like squats better in the Smith machine because I get scared. But with bench press, I kind of like doing it free because if I mess up, I can just heave the bar off me and all the weights slide off. And granted, this one goes flying back off, but it's not a big deal, in my opinion. I'm sure I've gotten a bunch of bruises from it, but it's whatever. I watched a video, I forgot what the video was, but had something to do with bench press, and I'm the weakest at lockout, 100%. And their recommendation was to hold on lockout for a couple more seconds extra to get stronger in that position. And I haven't tried it before. I saw this about like a week ago, and that was when my biopsy was, so I obviously couldn't work out then. And that spot is actually still sore now, which is my fault because I've been too active completely. Before, the pain would last for like 3 days and then be completely gone, but since I've been walking around so much, it's still stayed bruised, and I mean I can even feel it like it's raised, like the bruise is raised, unfortunately. So I'm trying to avoid some work on it. I know I'm working out right now, which is probably bad for the hip biopsy spot, but I mean the pain isn't unbearable. So at least I know now I'm fine. I just think I should have rested a little bit more before. But yeah, so these are 45 on either side. I forgot how much the Smith bar weighs. Less than 45 though, I think. So yeah, we'll see how this goes. Okay, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Forgot to say 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. That was actually harder than I thought it would be. I think pausing at the top kind of added to that because I feel my triceps way more than I usually do. Usually it's mostly just chest and front delt, for me at least. I know you're supposed to feel your triceps, but my shoulders are double jointed in a funny way. So if I try to do tricep extensions with weight, my shoulder pops out of the socket, unfortunately. So I can't do those. I can't do flies either, because the same thing, if I go far enough back, it just pops out of socket. And I'm scared that if I fail, that kind of thing would like dislocate my shoulder if it's out of socket and it gets weight pushed on it. But yeah, I used to feel a lot of pain from doing tricep extensions in my shoulder. So after that, I just decided to do no more. I started doing tricep pushdowns recently, and those are way better for my shoulders.
I don't know if it's true for everyone, but I don't know. It was a little weird being a beginner and not really knowing what to do about my double jointed shoulders, but I think now I have a much better handle on it. And for whatever reason, the bench press is like, you know, I have really long arms, so if I do it like this, with like my elbows slightly wider, I never feel the shoulder pocket joint. Except for if I go too far, but I mean, that won't happen until it's past my chest. So that's not really a concern for me. Most of my joints are double jointed and not like in that way. I can't make a fist without these two going out of place. And because of that, when I do most exercises with a bar or dumbbells, my hands wrap around it. And if I'm going too hard and don't realize, these tendons start to hurt, the ones that go out of place, which is really annoying. They're called like hypermobile joints or whatever the fancy name is, but I was prescribing for a rheumatologist and that kind of put the fear of God into me. Because she was like, oh, you're gonna have problems later in life. I'm like, oh man, don't tell me that, because then I'm scared. I've tried to stop it before, because whenever I write with a pencil, this one pops out, and it's too hard to write with one finger. So I'm trying to figure out a way, but like, I'm not sure how. I think with 3 fingers, it'll work, but I'm just not used to that yet. And my handwriting with that really sucks. And especially in a job where they judge your handwriting, that doesn't really fly that well. So I've got to train that somehow, which is weird, and I have a very weird problem, but yeah. So step 1 is 10 reps. I think I could do 10 again, but I'm honestly gonna shoot for 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. But yeah, funnily enough, I did feel my shoulder move a little bit. I don't think I was far enough in. That should be better. But yeah, I mean, again, this isn't heavy. I think the Smith bar is like 15 pounds. I could be wrong, but it should be around there, right? So I mean, in total, that'll be 90 plus 15, 105. So, I mean, it's a lot lighter than my working sets, about like 30 pounds usually for mine. I usually do 135 for like a bunch of sets of 10. At least the first 2 are 10 for sure, and it, you know, drops off like 9, 8, 7, 5 type of deal. Okay, I'm finished. All right. 1, my shoulder again. 2, didn't feel bad then. 3, 4, 5. God, this is hard. 6. Okay. Stop it there. Okay. So I mean, could I have done more? Yeah. But again, the goal isn't to run myself ragged right before chemo. I think that'll make me feel pretty exhausted, and I really want to avoid that, especially the muscle soreness, because that can be bad. Yeah, this will work out. If anyone's curious, I am basing these off of some Sulex videos, and that's not because And a huge copier of Sam Sulek is really that he's the only vlogger I've ever watched. You know, when people pick up their cameras, it gives such a manic energy, and I can't stand it. I like more relaxing videos. And that's not necessarily me copying him. It's just that I have a pretty similar personality, I guess. Especially after all my experiences with cancer, I'm a much more laid-back person now. If anyone knew me from before, you know, they might be a little surprised that it's kind of a jarring change in how I acted in high school, especially, and up to now. But yeah, I mean, life will do that to you, especially with someone like cancer. You know, I mean, how are you going to avoid a big change like that? I think it was for the better overall, but I don't know. So yeah, see you all next time, I guess.